And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition of the CranKy broadcast with something different, with something special. Welcome to the 2025 KungFu Cup #1 Warcraft 3 Evolution Edition. I'm of course Xiaose VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat. I have plushies as well. Welcome again to something that I've never casted before. We've been covering a lot of StarCraft Evolution, a lot of SEL, a lot of show matches with the Latin American community and other events, but this is different. This is Warcraft 3 Evolution instead. Same concept though. It's going to be the same concept. Essentially, we have the Warcraft 3 races being battled or being pitted against the SC2 races instead. I have no idea what I'm going to step into. I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know how balanced or imbalanced this is. I don't know how units interact with each other, and it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy, but I look forward to it. I do look forward to it. Again, it is a bit of a shame. Yaku did want to join me for this, but again, Yaku, he is under the weather. Yaku, he did get a little bit unwell yesterday, and that's also why he could only do half of the podcast. But since then, what I should say is that we will be covering the second edition of this tournament next week, and Yaku should be there with me for that. So he'll be there eventually, hopefully. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So we're going to try to weather through this together here. Now, when it comes to Warcraft 3 and when it comes to my experience with it, I did play a lot of it as a kid. I used to play it in high school. I used to go to like PC cafes or PC bunks to play it as well. And it was a lot of fun, but I never really like laddered or really played it competitively or anything like that. Never really embraced any of the esports side of it either. Actually, in a sense, I guess kind of similar to Brood War, in a sense, I guess, except slightly later in life. So yeah, I'm curious how this goes. I did actually watch quite a bit of Warcraft 3 Reforged when it came out. Like when it came to, if I remember correctly, I think they launched and they had their first event at like a DreamHack, and it did not go well at all. Like, but that had nothing to do with the game itself. It had more to do with the stability of the game, I should say. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out. We'll see. I have no idea. So just to bring things into greater context here, the map pool is going to be the current ladder map pool. So Abyssal Reef, Neon Violet Square, Amygdala, Whispers of Gold. Your typical maps is what we expect to step into. Likewise, just like StarCraft Evolution, we do force the races to be opposed to each other. So game 1, we have SC2 versus Warcraft 3. Game 2, Warcraft 3 versus SC2. That sort of thing. Just like in StarCraft Evolution, where the game is meant to be balanced to it is balanced in a way where it's going to be Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2 races, not against each other. So here we go. We're stepping in. Up first, we have YoungYakov versus Xiaose. It says ZvZ. That's their SC2 races. When it comes to what we're stepping into, I have no idea. I have no idea what's about to happen. Let's go. Let's jump on in. Also, as we settle into, a big shout out to Random Hyper One in the chat. Thank you so much. God, thank you so much for the sub for 3 months. For 3 months, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We do support it. Thank you, Pappy. As we are stepping into game #1 and spawning. I know the UI is a little bit bugged. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the Terran player, the red Terran. It is Xiaose. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the human player, the blue human. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. Okay, so welcome one and all to something that is very different to what we are used to. Welcome to Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft. Here we go. We have Xiaose, of course, setting up here for a low ground setup. There we go, going for a Rax. I imagine Rax expand over a single gas geyser. Meanwhile, YoungYakov across the map is playing human, and we have the lovely gold mines. Let's go. We have gold mines. Apparently, minerals are lumber. They're mining the minerals. They're getting wood out of it. Let's go. So visually, it's a little bit it's a little bit scuffed here, but two resources regardless, right? We have our 2 resources, we have our gold, we have our lumber, I suppose. We're getting into our openers, and what I find really cool about this, really interesting, is that we do have creeps. Creeps are on the map, but only on the half of the map of the Warcraft 3 player. So we do have vendors, we have the goblin merchants here, we have the creeps, of course, as well. We have some Draenei creeps over here, we have like the kobolds over here as well, or the gnolls, I should say, but they're only on the half of the map with the Warcraft player. So interesting. There's also, of course, a day-night cycle, right? There's a day-night cycle as well, which is also impactful to Warcraft units when it comes to the creeps going to sleep, when it comes to certain races gaining extra vision, talking about night elves, for example. So yeah, there is a lot that comes into this here, and yeah, it's a unique way to attempt to balance this, is cutting the map in half, having one half with, you know, resources that one player can use, the other without. Behind this, getting to our first wave of heroes. Let's go. Yo, Uther's coming. Let's go. The Paladin. We're going to be opening up with the Paladin, likewise Rifleman as well. Meanwhile, the cross map, Xiaose, as we mentioned, just going for a Rax expand. Behind this, going for his factory as well. Pretty standard setup here from Xiaose is what I will say. Is going to be opening up in a standard fashion, and we'll see where he goes from here. I'm not really too familiar with the pace of the game that we're going to be expecting either when it comes to how long it takes for units to come online. I do know that in general, when it comes to Warcraft 3 units, it does take a little bit. I should say that the armies themselves are smaller. The armies themselves are smaller. The units themselves are a little bit more powerful, especially with the hero units. Speaking of, there we go, Paladin or Truth Bearer? Question mark. Uther has arrived. Let's go. Going to be breaking through the creeps to gain access to another expansion. It looks like, hold on, there is an inventory. Oh, he just got an item. He got Slippers of Agility +3. Ooh, so because of the UI, I actually won't be able to see what items they're getting completely. Sentry wards. Okay, let's go. But it looks like they aren't getting resources. There they are. Okay. Getting resources, of course, they can go to the shops. They can, of course, purchase things, upgrade or level up here on the hero. Let's go. We're cooking. Back at home, we're just settling in. Now, this is going to be the Brood War race. Bear that in mind as well. I wasn't actually too certain, but yes, it is going to be Warcraft 3 Evolution versus Brood War races here. So we have Siege mode being researched, getting into Biotank. Yeah, it's just, there's just so much that's going to be coming into play. I imagine that when it comes to the Brood War races, they're on the same patch as StarCraft Evolution. I would imagine that would make sense in my mind, but I'm not entirely certain as to that. As YoungYakov, he does rotate around, but again, I don't see him breaking this kind of siege position anytime soon. Yes, that's not going to happen. The Riflemen, though, they do have range. Still within range of the tank. They're so tanky, actually. Okay. And they have the healing ward. With the help of the healing ward, we can actually try to break through this. Okay, Vulture goes down. Working our way through the depot as well. I mean, I'm so surprised by how tanky this is. Oh my god. YoungYakov, he's breaking through the depots. It's pushing through. Poison being pulled to defend. Yeah, there's that heal as well. Uther, he should be pulling back. There we go. Does pull away. Oh my god. The extra shots. And YoungYakov not losing a single unit so far. Throwing down another ward. Okay. I mean, clear. So what I was worried about here is that I would imagine for a lot of these players, it's their first time playing. But this was clearly very well formulated by YoungYakov, aware of like his capabilities, of like what he could achieve, what he couldn't achieve, especially with a healing ward. And yeah, again, this is what I was like most curious about, is that units in Warcraft 3, there's going to be less of them, but they're going to be so much more impactful in a sense, where they're more tanky, of course, but also they do more damage. So very curious. As YoungYakov is going to be expanding. Likewise, Xiaose going into mech. Let's go! Getting into tank Vulture. I say in the chat, I wonder if Vlad has realized it's Brutal Terran, not SC2 Terran. I already pointed that out. If you heard the stream, I was talking about how I would imagine that they're using the StarCraft Evolution version of Brutal races. I would imagine. So we're hunting down more creeps. Still so far, 0 units dead for YoungYakov. As he's working his way through. Likewise, Xiaose setting up for another expansion, going for the third. Getting into his vulture upgrades. My turn read chat super late challenge, impossible. Este Hyper 1. You should speak faster. Speak up, Happy, speak up. Yo, we got Claws of Attack 9. Okay, all the Claws of Attack and boosts of speed. So I was trying to figure out if it was worth having the UI here or not. It might be worth. Spider-Man going off. It might be worth turning this UI off just so we can see the items for the heroes. That might be worth it, and the level of the heroes as well. But then we'll have like less to view. So there's a bit of a give and take. Yeah, it's a learning process. Oh, good. Oh, we don't have high ground vision. As from here, Xiaose still just building up, just going pure vulture tank. Just building up his tank line, setting with spider mines as well. Likewise, yo, we have Murden on the way. Second hero. As YoungYakov gonna be forced back home. And you'll have it. We killed one worker. Let's go. But true, like worker harass is gonna be a little bit more difficult as well, as workers are just more tanky, which I'm not opposed to. So far, YoungYakov just mowing his way through, going pure rifleman. Ooh. Yo, he's just tanking all the mines to the face, all the mines. I'm most curious if at any point we're going to be seeing some, as we have some Zeppelins, let's go, seeing some like healing shrines, or let's say healing shrines, I mean healing fountains on some of these maps. That'd be interesting. Or mana fountains. But now going for the drop. Vulture does scouts. Very fortunate here for Xiaose. Yeah, he responds, he rotates towards the natural, he's ready, he's in position. Tanks will siege. Likewise, oh. Got our sages on the way. Up. Jumping to the mineral line. Getting a couple of vultures. Tanks are at the siege. We have to get the hell out of here. Oof. Popping up micro. YoungYakov popping up. He's timing on the tanks. He's crazy. Yeah, the riflemen, they're being shut down. Saving only 3 of them in the end. Oh, and Uther will get out. Again, I feel like it takes a lot of practice to know, like, how much your hero can tank. Because, mate, he took, like, what, like 6 tank shots to the face? So many, actually. Was able to get out of there. Did pull out. That was how many riflemen? That was 3. 3 riflemen going down. Oh, actually very gas intensive. Jesus. Very gas intensive. They use their own balance for brutal races. Oh, okay. I see. I feel like they should just use the balance of actually no, I guess not. I was gonna say that they should just copy over StarCraft Evolution, but I guess it's not balanced for SC2 races, so it makes sense that it would be their own thing. Oh, Spider-Man shot going up. Let's go. We have the Paladin shield. We got the bubble. Oh, but the tank boys are gonna be brutal here. The riflemen, they're gonna be going down. Uther, can he solo? Can the heroes do it on their own? Oh my god. They're getting on top of the tanks. And they're doing it. Let's go. And then we have some healing as well. But yeah, not bad. Despite, how many tanks was that? 13. That was 13 tanks. 13 siege tanks, might I add. But no, yeah, YoungYakov breaks through. Mate, these boys, they're so tanky. Considering that, like, Murden is a lower level as well. As we just tank the Spider-Man to the face. Once again, we have the Paladin. Oh, no! Do heal in time. Clutch heal. Very clutch heal. YoungYakov pulls away Murden. Moves forward with Uther and the Paladin. You know what I mean. And he's breaking through. He's breaking through. Breaks through the siege line. Diving on the main army. Yo, he stuns the Goliath. Yeah, and with that, YoungYakov, he's broken the natural. There's what, 2 tanks in the main base? What are 2 tanks gonna do, mate? You need at least 13. Oh my god. But yeah, when it comes to your spells, when it comes to your control, like, you have so much potential here, and YoungYakov is impressing me. Definitely is impressing. Boys are being pulled to survive. Tanks siege up on high ground. Once again, yo, we popped the bubble. I don't know what it's called. Like, actually, it's like protector shield or something. They're bringing you the tanks once again, pushing into the main. How many units have gone down? 6 riflemen. The efficiency, mate. That's crazy. 6 riflemen have gone down. And with that, YoungYakov breaks into the main base. GG gets called, and YoungYakov takes game at number 1. Whew, GG. Mate. GG, well played. Impressive, impressive. Again, I feel like, at least from what we've seen from game 1, it does feel like there's a little a lot of unit expression available here for Warcraft 3 units, just because, like, we spoke about it coming into this, like, oh, there's going to be less units to work with, so it allows you to, like, have a little more finesse or have a little more micro ability with them, and a little more potential, and we saw that in full swing here. Remember, 6 units died, and I guess, like, one worker died for YoungYakov, but, like, he was so attentive with his control when it came to healing, of course, when it came to the protector shield as well, the bubble, if you will, and yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, what you're able to accomplish with so little as well, especially breaking these siege line of tanks, like, which I was not really expecting. Not expecting whatsoever. So GG well played. YoungYakov does take lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2 here. As a reminder, this is a best of 3, and now it's going to be Xiaose's turn to play Warcraft 3. Okay, the roles are being reversed. Let's jump in. Let us go. It looks like, oh, we are once again playing the human race. Okay, in the top right hand corner we have the Chinese, the Chinese human player himself for SC Boy, the caster. It is Xiaose. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner we have the blue Zerg player. It is YoungYakov. Sorry, I was dying earlier, and still yet to recover, but here we go. Here we go. Looking forward to seeing whenever a player plays one of the other races, like Orcs, or like Night Elves, or Undead. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Now we're going to be settling in. I'm curious if Xiaose has played much Warcraft 3 or much of this mod. I'm sure he has. Later on, we're going to be featuring players like Harstem. Harstem, of course, used to compete in Warcraft 3. So definitely looking forward to seeing how he compares. Definitely. And once again, we have our creep camps. Once again, we have our vendors as well. We have the laboratory. Let's go. I almost called it observatory. But for those who are curious, you can purchase like specialized units from these buildings. Like we saw previously, Zeppelins, for example, which are dropships. You do purchase from these buildings. Likewise, items for your heroes to boost their offensive or defensive capabilities. If I remember correctly, you can buy like shredders. I don't know if that's in the game. Like, it'd be kind of weird. But there are definitely other forms of units that you can purchase. As we do, actually, Xiaose going to be going for the wizard instead. I don't know what is officially called, wizard spellcaster. Interesting. And likewise, going for a very different approach, going for footmen instead of riflemen. Likewise, trying to leash the army into the bases. Trying to leash in. As the footmen are amassing. Already taking a lot of hits. Yo, there we go. You rally in. The militia, that's it. We have our militia. It's called the Mage Singer. Okay. Can I just call it like Gandalf? Oh, we got the Mage Singer. Likewise, the militia is about to run out as well, so it looks like we are setting up for an expansion. Breaking through the initial wave of creeps. Oh, a little bit of a missed rally here, though, from Xiaose, as it takes a lot of extra hits going straight across the map, actually. He's just rallying, okay. We're just rallying across. Unfortunately, the elemental is about to run out. Xiaose goes back to mining. Moving in, headed straight for the mineral line. But yeah, I mean, we were focusing a lot on Xiaose. Behind this, we just had a standard opener here from YoungYakov, massing up lings. Of course, no queens to defend, as these are Brood War Zerglings. Oh. And Xiaose just making his way between the bases, going straight for the kill. Going straight for the main. Ling trying to set up a surround. Drone drilling here, getting on top of the hero. And we do go for the full surround. Does get a couple of elementals up and running. The foot soldiers are going to fall. He does level up in time. Does level up. A lot of drones are falling. But YoungYakov, he actually does not have enough to deal with this. Oh my god, the lings, they go down. The drones as well. No shot. And this rush, he's breaking through. Takes down the drones. Down to 3 footmen. Losing 1. But again, they're just so tanky. Jesus. The lings, they melt. Hunting down the Overlord. More lings building up here on the low ground. Get essentially a 1 base all in. Xiaose is expanding behind this, but it's going to be a 1-way trip. Technically, he can teleport back home, true. Does have the scroll of town teleport. Or town portal, even. And speaking of YoungYakov, he just ignores the army. I mean, that's probably a wise choice here. Like, the efficiency has been insane, especially in the mineral line. So YoungYakov just goes across the map, bearing in mind that you can, of course, ring the town bell. You can militia the army, militia the units. Lings, they flood in. The wall is not a wall. Now we're going straight for the mineral line. There's that teleport. Force the teleport. Back at home, YoungYakov can go back to mining. Ooh. Delaying the hatchery. Delaying the town hall. There we go. Does delay. And behind this, YoungYakov just droning. Just droning up from here. Massing up more lings. Xiaose trying to build up his own work count as well. Lings, they come in for a surround. Not bad. Yeah, much better surface area this time. And going straight for the hero. Does level up, but alas, will go down. And with that, Xiaose gets caught out. Unlike previously, where he was in between the buildings, where he was able to reduce the surface area, that is not the case this time. Yeah, just rough positioning for Xiaose. Does pull some of the boys. The boys, they can do well for themselves. And honestly, Lynx, they just wait this out. Yeah. Can just pull away. Just wait at the militia. And then come back in. Oh, there's no cooldown. Okay. Never mind. There's no cooldown. Does not deny the hero. Oof. Yo, we have a Muradin. Have a dwarf. Oh my god. Jesus. Calm down. Okay. Well, we defend. That was like a war slump ability, right? Yeah. Sorry, thunderclap. That's it. Thunderclap. So, never mind. Xiaose, we're holding. we're holding, Pappy. May just stomp the ground. We're good to go. He's crazy. Hi. But yeah, if I recall correctly, Muradin can thunderclap, which is what that was. Hi. But I think I will, to help with that sort of thing, I think I will maybe put on the regular UI for the next game. Just because I don't know how much the UI on the bottom of the screen is really helping too much. Like, sure, we have upgrades. Like, sure, we can see the worker counts, but maybe regular after this. Lings, they flood in. Well, Xiaose, he's holding. Looking to expand. Lings, they just keep flooding in. Yeah, YoungYakov behind this. He's not taking up. There's no lair. There's no hydrogen. Just pure mass ling. There's no finesse here from YoungYakov. No finesse. As ZvZ coming from behind. They hunt down the altar. No more heroes. Not for now. Likewise, Xiaose getting supply blocked. Does get supply block here. But he has control of the ramp. Like, should be able to maintain himself. Healing back up. Yo, I want to see another stomp. I want to... do it again, Bappy. Do it again. Bad balance? I don't think I necessarily would go that far yet. Oh, no. Mate, that must have felt so good earlier. Like, like killing all those lings in one button. Like, he wants it again. He wants it. It's like he has a massive baneling, basically. And YoungYakov, he has to make sure he avoids it. He's like, oh, damn. Oh, God. Massive baneling that's on cooldown, I should say. So YoungYakov, he has to pull back. Meanwhile, the lair is done, taking up into Aspire, into meters. And that's going to be something that Xiaose can't really deal with here. Unlike the previous game where YoungYakov, he went mass rifleman, here we have limited anti-air. Very limited anti-air here for Xiaose. Lings, they do flood in. Yeah, they rush past, heading to the mineral line. It takes a long time to kill these workers, though. And they can maybe get one. Oh, not even. Yeah, Lings, they tickle the workers. Gonna be forced back. Likewise, diving in towards the natural. One worker falling. Oh my God! He did it! He did it again! But here come the mutas. The mutas, they have arrived. And one shoots up. Okay, there's two riflemen. We have two. And the hero, of course. And the elemental. Is that enough, though? Taking out one of the priests. Second priest goes down. Trying to magic box on the army. They still take a lot of hits. Yeah, but limited anti-air. Up. Barely not getting another worker. Force back. Xiaose, he's holding. Again, doing off for himself. Is holding on. Plenty of footmen here on the low ground. Lings, they try to flood in. Behind this, 7 workers have gone down. They're going for the watchtower. Going for the tower, more riflemen building up. Once again. He claps the Lings. He claps them. Stream dead? Oh. Oh, did the stream go down? Oh. That's a little bit unfortunate. My apologies. Yeah, I saw Twitch reset. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. So hopefully he didn't miss too much. As Muse hit the main. Went back on super quick. Okay. Yeah, on my end it didn't even register. Like, didn't even register that the stream went down. Regardless, diving with the rifleman once again. Xiaose, he's getting his natural up and running. It's happening. He's getting there. And likewise, I guess it's one of those things where the worker counts are quite low. Like, I'm having a hard time judging, like, what is proper saturation for the Warcraft 3 player, because really what matters here is, like, gold income, if I'm not mistaken. Like, lumber is somewhat useful, of course, when it comes to teching, but not as prioritized. So Xiaose is holding his own. Like, YoungYakov, he's on 80 drones. Like, he's on full max saturation. It's crazy. Lings, they dive in. Nice position here with the footman. Oh no, it's Moradin. Get out of there. Moradin even. Moradin? Aye. Get out of there. I think it's Muradin, right? Muradin Bronzebeard? That's it. You know, I kind of know my Warcraft 3. But the mutas, they do shut down the initial hero. There's limited anti-air. We have the elemental. We have one rifleman left, and the master muta has done it, taking down every single anti-air unit. The final rifleman is going to go down. The priest as well. And what else shoots up? There's nothing. There's nothing, Pat. And just making sure the turrets do not get up and running, knocking down the towers. And Xiaose being overwhelmed. Oh, he was able to throw his axe. Let's go. Going for the final hero. Yeah, and with that, Xiaose just doesn't really have anything left. As we just came to the production, GG gets called, and YoungYakov, he will take the series 2-0, winning with both Warcraft 3 and with StarCraft Brood War. GG. GG, well played. I'm going to change the UI here. Un momento. I will change the UI to help things out, just because I feel like that the bar on the bottom isn't really helping too much, and it's obscuring some information from us. So we'll see how we go. See how we go. I guess I'll go default for now, for the time being. Regardless, GG, well played. YoungYakov does take it. I do appreciate that we saw two very different styles. If you weren't here for game one, YoungYakov, he went mass rifleman. He went mass rifleman with Uther, with the paladin as the hero initially, and he obviously was quite successful with that. He had a lot of micro potential. He had a lot of kind of micro expression, I should say, that it was able to make use with that army. Here we saw something very different. We saw a rush, basically. We saw like a footman rush from Xiaose. I believe it was supposed to end the game as he got across the map, got into the main base, was doing a lot of damage, traded very well against the army of YoungYakov, against the Lynx and the drones, and eventually YoungYakov, he just ignored it. He was like, you know what, I can't deal with this. I'm on 4 bases anyway. He counterattacked instead. He forced the recall back home, and then we had more of a back and forth. I say back and forth. From there, YoungYakov was ahead. If you recall, at no point could Xiaose ever push out. You know, he was surviving, yes, and he was trading efficiently, true, but he never really had any pushing power after losing that first army. I believe, again, because he was going for more of an all-in. But I appreciate at least that we saw two very different styles, two very different builds, and clearly what I appreciate most is that they're thought out, and it's not like these two, I don't get the impression that they're playing this mode for the first time. Like, I get the impression that like they kind of knew more or less what they were doing and how they were approaching it, which I appreciate. GG. GG, well played. With that, YoungYakov does take the 2-0, does advance on to the semifinals, and we are now getting into our next game. Up next, we have Harstem versus Loliet in maybe a PvT. We'll find out. Let's go. Harstem, of course, a current SC2 pro, and he used to play competitively Warcraft 3 back when he was younger. A lot of the old school European players did compete in Warcraft 3. Meanwhile, we have Loliet. Loliet is a Korean current Warcraft 3 pro. He's a Warcraft 3 pro player. Maybe he played StarCraft 2 at one point back in the day, but for the most part, he is a current competitor. So it was great to see that he was able to find this game mode, find this mod. I'm sure the SC Boy team did reach out to him to have him, to get him involved. And I'm curious to see what a current professional of Warcraft 3, how he fares against a professional of SC2. Considering there aren't any SC2 races here. True. It's Brood War.